I'm San Francisco Mayor London Breed, and I'm fresh back from the excitement and energy from Chicago, Illinois. So I think my voice is pretty much, I don't know where it is, but I'm going to do my best today and really want to thank each and every one of you for coming here today. We are here, and I appreciate members of the Board of Supervisors as well as Senator Scott Wiener and members of the school board and folks who are joining us here today. I just want to start by really thanking Lainie Motamedi for her hard work and her commitment. You know, in 2022, the people of San Francisco wanted to see change on the school board, and they wanted the priority to be about our children. And there was a real call for that change, and when I had in the past conducted interviews and went through the process we went through, seeking input from a number of stakeholders, we made the decision to appoint 3 moms to the school board, people who had intense experience and an opportunity to bring substantive change, and Lainie was one of those people. And what I am most proud of, the work that she did to bring civility to the school board in the discussions, to focus on putting our kids first, the work she did around algebra, the payroll system, and good governance. I mean, the work that she did was really about making sure that the administrative structure of the school district was intact in order to allow the school district to focus on our most precious assets, our kids. And that work is hard. And I want to appreciate all of our teachers, our educators, and the people who show up to work day in and day out. I want to appreciate our parents for their work and their advocacy and thank them, because what Lainie did was bring people together to do this incredibly important work. And I want to appreciate you for all that you've done and for really in this moment recognizing that as much as you want to continue to do this work, you have to put the kids first. And I know it's not easy. And I appreciate that your willingness to make that decision and say, I can't give it 100% what it deserves to be given. It is exactly what we saw happen with our president, where he basically said, I can't give it my 100% and move this country forward. And it is really one of the highest acts of being a true, honorable public servant. So as hard as it is, stepping out and saying, you know, I want the kids to have the very best, that's what you're doing here today. And we are grateful for your service. We are proud of what you've done. And so you can continue to hold your head up high as you move forward to do what's necessary to take care of yourself and your family. And in fact, in doing so, you are taking care of the kids of this school district. So I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Lainie Motamedi.
Thank you so much. Thank you for understanding. Always, always, always a tough act to follow, Mayor Breed. So as you may have heard, I have made the difficult decision to step down. Due to my personal circumstances, my immediate priority needs to be my health and my family. And while I believe this to be a temporary setback, I truly am unable to give this role the attention it deserves. And I simply care too much about our kids and about the functioning of our school district to not give it my whole self. I want to be clear. Well, and for those who know me, you know that I don't do things halfway. And I couldn't, with clear conscience, step back in any other way than to pave the way for someone to step forward who could so fully step into this role. I want to be clear that while I'm taking my time, I am not done contributing to the city. I love the city. I love the school district. I am proud for what we have accomplished together over the last 2.5 years. It's truly, truly been an honor to serve on behalf of our students and families to make much needed and sometimes, frankly, oftentimes difficult decisions to improve our school district. While there is much work ahead, I can confidently say that I'm leaving the district better off than I found it. Every decision I have made has been for the benefit of our kids and their future. I've done a lot of reflecting and turning back the clock just a little bit, and just bear with me because you probably won't be seeing me for a while. When Mayor Breed appointed me to this board, it was on the heels of the recall. It was in the aftermath of SFUSD being shuttered for longer than nearly any other school district in the country, and our educators were staging a multi-day sleep-in protest in the district office because they weren't getting paid correctly. It was really, really rough. The previous board's behavior and governance failures were obvious to all, and they resulted in state oversight of the district. I knew the board needed to focus on educating kids and paying the bills, and we had to immediately address the previous leadership's failure to successfully run our schools. And so I am so proud of the accomplishments that I made alongside with my colleagues, to do the hard work that our schools needed. So students now have access to greatly improved literacy and math curriculum, including algebra in 8th grade. The district now publishes middle and high school course catalogs for the first time in over a decade. Educators are paid significantly better, and they're paid correctly. The payroll system is stabilized, although there's more work to be done and a better system is underway. District finances and operations are improving, and the Department of Education has partnered with us to provide resources and staff to ensure the district is run as it should be for our kids. The superintendent is now held accountable for student learning, and the board publicly monitors his progress. Board rules and meeting norms now prioritize students and governance responsibilities rather than adult egos and politics. So let's please keep that work going. Let's focus on the work that the district needs to do, what our kids need. This work was not done alone, and I want to thank my colleagues on the board for making it possible, and for the teachers, principals, and school staff who do the work every day to serve our kids. And I want to thank the partners in the city who are always available to support this work, and many of you are in this room. And so I want to take a moment actually just to speak to the folks in this room, because I have just received the most phenomenal outpouring of love and care from all parts of the city, from all parts of the political spectrum, from all neighborhoods, from all different aspects of the city. And I want you to know, because I know how it feels when you're making the hard decisions and when it's stormy and you feel like that is when the work is the hardest, and it's hardest to feel really seen. You are seen. And part of why I've been successful is because many of you in this room have been models to me. I want to thank you for that. So please keep doing your own good work. You are seen. It matters. And I just wanted to express my gratitude for the work that you do on behalf of the city in your positions. Thank you. While there are challenges ahead for the district, there's also many opportunities, and the conversations that are now taking place at the district are the right ones about how to best serve our students and their success, and making tough choices necessary for the district to live within its means. So again, I deeply appreciate our mayor's continued and unwavering support and commitment to families and public education always, and I will never forget where you were when we needed you most. Thank you for being there, and thank you for always being there, and thank you for taking my call when I needed you now. I appreciate that this is Mayor Breed's decision. I also appreciate that you asked for my recommendation and listened to what our board needs most now, which is someone who can step in the role, give it their full self, and is competent and prepared to serve and understands the job and understands that the job is to serve our kids. I completely support and wholeheartedly support her choice in appointing Phil Kim for the remainder of this term. He has the experience, the commitment, and energy to deliver for our kids, and we are so lucky to have him looking out for them. He is deeply committed to our students, our kids' success. Phil, I wish you all the best on this journey in this role. I have no regrets. It truly makes the weight of this decision a little lighter, so thank you again, Mayor Breed, for listening to what I had to say about what is needed. I would have loved to have the opportunity to serve with you on the board. And lastly, I want to thank my family. My kids are in school right now, as they should be, but I want to thank them for sharing their mom even when they really didn't want to, and for supporting me always, and to my husband for being my biggest cheerleader and my greatest friend. Thank you. I am honored and grateful to having served, and I appreciate the grace you're giving me in this moment. But I will say, while I am taking this time, and I need this time to take care of myself and prioritize myself and my needs and my family's needs, you haven't seen the last of me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lainie, again, for your work and your words and your commitment to San Francisco. And now at this time, I want to officially announce that I plan to take Lainie's recommendation to appoint Phil Kim to take over on the school board. And let me just say that I know that there are a lot of excellent candidates and a lot of people who have an interest in serving in this capacity, and why Phil and why so quickly. The school district is going through a lot right now, and as Lainie mentioned, the payroll system still needs work. There is the threat of being taken over by the state, and the need to ensure that there is continuity of support as we move through this very difficult time. And when I thought about Lainie's recommendation, as well as many of the people that I know in this world that are very much focused on education and focused on supporting our kids in public schools, the person who kept coming to mind even before you mentioned his name was Phil Kim. And the reason why is because I've had an opportunity to meet with and talk to Phil over the years. And what I appreciate most is his commitment to education and his commitment to supporting and uplifting kids throughout San Francisco. We know that he has run for school board in the past, but his intimate work around education for over a decade, specifically focusing on STEM and making sure that especially kids who may not have access to a robust curriculum around STEM, that they get the support that they need in order to thrive, and ensuring that support and professional development is a part of the conversation for our educators. This is the work that he has consistently done. It is no reason why he was hired to work for the school board to help during such a very challenging time. And Matt is looking at me side-eye right now because he's thinking, well, you know, I had him first. But the thing is, we need him in this role now. And we need to make sure that we have a strong, collegial, successful school board to help usher this school district through during a very difficult time financially, and there are hard decisions that need to be made. But the decisions have consequences. And so the need to listen to parents, the need to listen to and work with educators, the need to ensure that our children are put first every step of the way, that is why I have chosen to appoint Phil Kim. And let's just be very clear, these will be very hard, emotional decisions because of how people love their children, love their teachers, and love their schools. And so when talking to Phil, he understands what this entails. This is not just an administrative job. This involves people. This involves the need to have those conversations with people and make the best decisions even when there is disagreement. So I am really excited about what this means for the school district. And I think that he is an incredible choice to help lead this school district, to help support our superintendent and the important work necessary to ensure the success of this school district in light of the challenges around declining enrollment. We have a lot of work to do. And we have to make sure that the politics is not in the school district when making those decisions. And I am proud that the people that I've had a chance to appoint and some that I've had a chance to work with have focused on ensuring that they are working together and putting our kids first. So this is an exciting time. You know, what's interesting when I talk to people all over this city, they ask me a lot about the schools, whether they have children in our school district or not. They want to see our schools succeed. And as someone who is only standing here because I am a beneficiary of this public school system, every decision I make and all the support we provide comes from a place of wanting to ensure the success of this district. And I know deep down that is what everyone wants. And that is why it is my honor to make the hard decision amongst so many different options to choose the person I truly believe is best to take us to that next level, and that is Phil Kim. And before I swear him in, I wanted to invite a few people up to say a few words. We will start with State Senator Scott Wiener. We will then have the president now of the school board, Matt Alexander, and we will then have a parent, San Francisco parent, who is in charge of a San Francisco Parent Coalition, Meredith Dotson, say a few words, and then we will get to the work of swearing in Phil Kim. Senator Wiener.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And first of all, Madam Mayor, I want to thank you for your appointments. When we came out of the school board recall, that was a really shaky time for the school district, and it could have gone in a number of different directions. And you made some inspired appointments, including Lainie, including Lisa Weissman Ward, and that has helped turn the district around. So thank you for your appointments, and you're making another inspired appointment today. Thank you for caring so deeply about the children of San Francisco. I'll be honest, this is a bittersweet day, bitter and sweet. And I did not know Lainie before she was when we had met, but we did not know each other well. And I still remember on the day that we met after the appointment, and we sat down, and she talked about her vision. I immediately knew this is someone who was going to be just so serious about the work of public education in San Francisco. And she has delivered. And when it matters who's in these positions. I think politics gets so disparaged, like it doesn't matter, everything's terrible. It matters. And when you have the right people in decision-making roles, it makes all the difference in the world. And Lainie, you are truly the proverbial grown-up in the room. You have just done unbelievable work, and we talk regularly, and I am just so grateful for everything that you've done. And when we spoke earlier this week, you were clear that you're not done, and I told you just tell me when you're ready, and we're going to get you right back engaged. When Lainie and I first met that day after her appointment, one of the questions I asked her was about LGBTQ kids in the district and the need to support those kids in an era when those kids are being absolutely demonized across the country. And she, of course, has been with us 1,000%, and I'm grateful for that. But what we did not know at that time is that the other community that I'm a part of, the Jewish community, would also have some massive challenges because October 7th had not happened at that time. The war in Gaza had not happened. And I just want to say, on behalf of the Jewish community, on behalf of Jewish families in the district and Jewish children in the school district who at times have experienced things that no child should have to experience, you have just stood up and engaged and been a champion for those kids too. And I, from the bottom of my heart, I am so deeply appreciative, and I know I speak for a lot of people when I say that, so thank you. I also just want to say I have known Phil, I've known you for a long time. I think I've supported Phil every time he has run for the school board, and I did so not just because he's a fantastic human being, but because it's hard to imagine someone more qualified to be on the school board. Someone who brings such a unique perspective, both as an educator and someone who understands education, but as a leader in our community. And Phil, you're going to be amazing, and I am just so happy for you. I'm so happy for the district and for the city that everyone's going to see exactly what I know, what Supervisor Mandelman knows, what we all know, that you're going to hit it out of the park, and I am just thrilled. So congratulations. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Matt Alexander, the new president of the San Francisco Board of Education. Before I served on the board, I spent 20 years as a teacher and principal in our public schools. And first of all, I just want to say I'm really going to miss working with Lainie Motamedi. She is a gem of a person. She, as she said, she never does anything halfway. She has the courage to stand up for what's right with integrity, even when it's uncomfortable, to ask tough questions, to push. You know, she always helps all of us keep our focus where it belongs, which is on student learning and student achievement. And you know, and as thank you, Madam Mayor, for talking about like the depoliticization of the school board. I think Lainie has been one who's really you know, done more than anyone to really make that happen. And it's been an honor this year to collaborate. I've been the vice president, obviously, and we've worked really closely together. And it's just been an honor working with her. And because we've worked so closely together, I want to say clearly that as I step into the role of board president during this challenging time, that I am committed to continuing the work that she started. So there's not going to be any change in approach. We are following the same path. And frankly, the whole board is taking, thanks to Lainie's leadership and my other colleagues on the board as well. And I know Lainie talked about some of the accomplishments, but I want to list some also. So we've overhauled our board governance system. So as she mentioned, we focus on holding the superintendent accountable, not on micromanaging. We've established ambitious academic goals in third grade literacy, eighth grade math, and college and career readiness. And we publicly hold superintendent and staff accountable on a monthly basis to achieving those goals. That's brand new, that's never happened before on our school board, and that's how we've really focused on student learning. We've adopted a new literacy curriculum, as Lainie mentioned, for the first time in 20 years, and we've brought back Algebra 1 as a course offering in eighth grade. We've given our teachers and our paraeducators the largest raises in history to make sure that we have fully staffed schools for our kids with the most highly qualified people in our classrooms. In 2022, we passed the Student Success Fund ballot measure with almost 80% of the vote, which is bringing in $35 million a year in support services, mental health, additional academic support and enrichment. And we're going back to the ballot this November with a school bond that is almost $800 million that is going to bring in the revenue we need to repair our aging facilities and offer our kids the environment they deserve in their schools. And we could not have done any of this without President Motamedi's leadership. So, our kids really are better off for your service. Thank you. Thank you, Lainie. And I am going to miss you. We all know there are going to be challenges ahead. Everyone's referenced it, right? And that's why I'm so grateful to Mayor Breed for acting so swiftly to appoint a replacement. And not just any replacement. Phil is someone who has really been, he's already a valuable member of our executive team. He's been working for the school district. So I know, as she said, she kind of stole him away from the superintendent. But I'm lucky I get to have him as a colleague now. But more importantly, he's ready to hit the ground running. He is gonna help make those difficult decisions. He's going to address those challenges. He's someone I know and respect, and I'm really looking forward to working with you, Phil, as a colleague. So thank you for taking on this challenge in this difficult time. As a longtime educator in our public schools, I know firsthand how important it is to have strong and stable leadership at the top. And so again, thank you, Phil, for joining us. Thank you, Lainie, for your courage and for modeling that leadership for us. And I'm confident that we're going to continue our work to stabilize SFUSD's fiscal and operational health, to really rebuild trust with families, which we've been doing, but we need to keep doing, and to keep our focus on student outcomes and to create the schools that our students and families deserve, the schools that this great city deserves. Thank you very much, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Meredith Dodson with SF Parent Coalition, and as an SFUSD parent and the executive director of the organization, I'm here to offer a voice on behalf of SFUSD families and families across the city who care deeply about our schools and the future of our students. Our school district is at a pivotal moment, a moment where we're grappling with tough budget decisions that will impact the stability and the future of our schools. Every move we make right now matters. So I want to express our deep appreciation for the leadership of Lainie Motamedi as president of the SFUSD Board of Education. During your time on the board, you've been a steadfast champion of our students, always pushing for what's best for them and centering them in every conversation. Under her leadership, we saw the school board refocus on the biggest task at hand, fixing our budget. She's been laser focused on holding the superintendent and staff accountable to realigning that budget to our goals for improving student outcomes. And she's rightfully refused to accept budgets that were not balanced, pushing the district to do better. She's worked closely with families, with educators. She's called for greater transparency by the district, and ultimately she's been helping to rebuild trust in SFUSD. We're so grateful to you, Lainie, for your tireless efforts and the impact that you've had on our schools. As one of our own, involved in our grassroots parent advocacy from when we started in 2020, helping to propel our efforts from the very start in what was a void of parent voice that was so needed. And as a candidate that our political arm backed on the 22 school board election, we've been so proud to stand by your side all the way and support your leadership on the school board these last couple of years. So thank you. And while this change in board composition comes unexpectedly, we're also confident in the future of the new appointee, Phil Kim. So thank you, Mayor Breed, for appointing such a strong candidate. Phil is no stranger to education or our district. With years of dedicated work advocating for educational equity and excellence, as the recent director with SFUSD, a recent director with SFUSD, comes to this role now with an understanding of the complexities of our system, and that experience will be invaluable as we face the tough challenges ahead. Phil's deep understanding of our district's needs and passion for making sure every student succeeds make him an excellent addition to the board. So now more than ever, we need bold and fearless student-centered leadership on the school board to keep the focus on what's in the best interest of our 49,000 public school students. We may be facing many uncertainties as a district, but what is certain is our shared commitment to the success of San Francisco's public school kids. With everyone rowing in the same direction, we can meet this moment, fixing our budget, supporting our educators, and focusing our resources on improving outcomes for all students. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Breed.
All right, the moment we've been waiting for. Phil, come on up. Well, we don't. Small room. Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Phil Kim,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith
that I bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter,
and during such time
and during such time
as I serve as
as I serve as
member of the Board of Education
member of the Board of Education
for the City and County of San Francisco.
for the City and County of San Francisco.
Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. I have a middle school teacher in me. I'm sorry. Thank you, President Motamedi, and thank you, Mayor Breed. On Monday, SFUSD opened its doors for nearly 50,000 students, kicking off the 24-25 school year. And it's a time of great change and challenge for our district, as you heard. Our educators and families yet are showing up every day, ready to do what it takes to do right by our kids. Our students truly inspire me, and they are why I show up every day to do this work. Today I'm filled with gratitude and determination. I am truly grateful for President Motamedi and her leadership, as you all have heard. And I'm truly grateful for the mayor for a continued commitment to the city and our families. I am determined to carry on the good work of the board in carrying forward our student outcomes-focused governance, collaborating with the city, our community partners, and really centering students and families in all our decisions. I want to be really clear that my primary focus as a commissioner is to ensure we deliver for our students and families, that we hold ourselves to the highest standard so that we can demonstrably improve outcomes for all students. As I resign from my position in the district, I want to recognize and appreciate my colleagues in SFUSD who I have had the great privilege of working alongside. The work of building a more just, equitable, and effective school system is a challenge I have been and will continue to tackle head-on, and I am so hopeful for what we can accomplish together. To my partner, Andrew, thank you for always being in my corner. Fiance. Recent fiance. Thank you all very much, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Get back to work. Thank you.